Alright guys, all you fans out there of these wonderful section views, hopefully you're not pulling your hair out by now, but I'm going to make a video here showing you how to do 9-2. You should have the paper. Having the paper kind of helps follow along, but I'll walk you through like I've been doing. Alright, I'm going to start with, actually I'll start with the center line. From center point to center point is 3.75. On the end, I'm going to make some object circles. Try to get a center diameter. Alright, the outside circle is a 2.5 diameter circle. Alright, this is going to be my front view. I'm going to do a top view. The length is going to be the same, so I'm just going to copy it up, keep it lined up. And I'm going to copy the circle to the opposite side. Right, the reason is they alternate which way the circle on the end is. So we can use these to get the overall length. So I bring the top here, bring the edge down, do my height 2.5, and connect back. I do the same thing for this one. And I'm going to end up turning one of these into my section view. I'll give you a little hint. My section view isn't going to be the right side because it's not going to show very much detail. I'm going to trim this part of the circle. Alright, now we'll do the counterboard hole here because that's kind of the next easiest thing. It's going to be 2 circles, and from the end here, here and here, they're going to look the same. So you're going to have a 3/4 diameter, and you're going to have the bigger one, which is 1.375. So, like I said, they're the same. So instead of doing from scratch, I'll copy them up. Alright, now on this opposite side, there is a notch, a groove cut out here. It's not a square groove, it's actually a rounded depth in. So it's like I had a larger circle that's cutting through the inside of it. It's a little hard to see unless you're looking at the paper, so hopefully you have the paper with you. Alright, so to know where that would be, in a hidden line, I'm going to make another circle. Right. It tells me that it is a radius of 1.44. So I'm in diameter now, so I'll just double it. So 2.88. I will copy down to there. And I will trim where the hidden line goes outside. Now, that hidden line is there. It's where it should be. Basically, all the stuff you can see in between the sandwich, it's cut in and it's rounded like that. So if I bring down here, I'll draw a line. I'll have to delete part of it. If I go down 0.75, then the groove in the middle is 1 inch wide. Delete that. So basically it's 0.75 and 0.75, then you have that in the middle. These lines will connect out. I will trim here. Now, that's where the edge is. The edge you can see. It goes further back. See, because it's rounded. So I'm going to bring down the hidden line, bring it over, connect, and connect. So I have that one there. So for all except for one small thing, this one and center lines is pretty much done. The thing that's missing is the counterboard hole here. Alright, it's going to be hidden, so I'm going to bring from the edge of that circle down. The bigger diameter only goes down 0.312. Bring the other side, I get to line up, down, and then the smallest circle goes from where that one stopped to the rest of the way through. Alright, and it's on both sides, so I'm going to select that mirror, I'm going to mirror along the center line, and so I have those there. Now, all this is the exact same on here, because it's the same from both ends. And since we've been doing it this way, I'll do it normal, and then we'll just come back and cut one and make it a section. So I'm going to select all this. I'm just doing this, you can do it manually, I'm just doing this to save myself a little time and effort. I'm going to bring it over. Now I brought this line so that when I rotate it, I have a reference, because the end of this line is going to be in this corner. So I do rotate and flip it this way. Now I do move, select it, grab that, that goes in the corner, and that part's done. All I have to do is trim this little bit of object line there. Alright, now the only thing that is missing is the hole that's drilled through the middle here. And on the paper, if this was my top, it would be up here. I'd be able to see it. It's a circle, and it is from the center of the circle, it is in 1.875 inches. So to do that, instead of drawing a line, if I touch my mouse here, line it up until it 1.875, hit enter, it will jump the center point over to that. Now that should be the midpoint of the center line, but just another way of doing it for future reference. Diameter is 0.675. So then I will take the edges of it, this hidden line down, alright, so from here, again, there's center lines I have to add in, but I'm just deciding which one to make my section view. If I slice this one, I will get a little bit more detail than if I slice this one. So I'm going to extend the center line, change it to section, add in my arrows, escape that one. And the arrow is going to face up. So I'll put them on the ends of the lines. Alright, now in here, I'm going to change all the hidden lines to object lines. Alright. This edge, because it's being cut through there, was here, but it's no longer there. It will be on the back side, so you'll leave it in there, but this is going to be empty space. You have your hole here, this circle you would not see whatsoever, because if it's cut here, you see the small one, but you won't be able to see that one on the far side. So I'll add in my hatching, and I'll do ANSI 32. This all is empty space. This would be solid and cut through. All drilled down to empty space, solid, and solid. And so that's my section view for that one. Alright, for future reference, if you had them in already, you're fine. I didn't dock your points. You don't really need center lines in section views. You want to try and simplify it the best you can. Now in my top view, that isn't, let me add in my center lines. Got one there. There. One through there. So those are all my center lines. This view's done. This view's done. I just need to do my right side. Bring this over. Right, from the end, it's going to look like a 2.5 by 2.5 square. I'm going to be looking into this end here. So I'm going to have object lines for this groove that's cut through. Alright, the counterboard holes, I'm going to have some here, I'm going to have some on the sides. I'll do this first set first. They're going to be hidden. So again, just to save time, I'm going to copy the counterboard holes from here. Bring this set over. And I will move them there. So I have all this here. I'm going to make the hidden lines for this hole that's drilled through. And I'm going to cheat here again. I'm going to select those. They're going to end up hidden, but I'll leave them like that for now. Copy. Bring it down to grab the midpoint. Put it on the midpoint. And they are just a little bit inside of these hidden lines. Change them to object, or hidden I mean, and they go all the way top to bottom. Now, there's a set of this groove that's cut vertically right here on the far side, and the counterboard holes are going the opposite way. Again, can do it from scratch. Much easier way to do it though, because the spacing is the exact same. So I'm just going to copy all of these parts. Oh, I got an extra line in there. Get rid of that. No, I'm missing one line. I'll be able to add that. I'm going to rotate 90 degrees. I'm going to do move. And let's see, make it easy. I'll add a little line in here that'll then delete. Alright, so if I do move up here, use my reference point as the midpoint of that line. Click on the midpoint of that line and delete that. And the one line that I messed up and didn't bring with me, I can then bring it over and place it. And from there, it's all done. And that's what the views will look like. You'd have to add in your dimensions, but once you get that one done, you can also print that one out.